the signal that should not exist. The galaxy was old, quiet, and very careful. For thousands of years, advanced alien civilizations watched the stars in silence. They followed one rule above all others. Young planets stayed quiet. Earth was a young planet, small, blue, and unstable. It should have been silent like the rest. But one day, the silence broke, far from Earth. Inside a massive observation station, alien scientists noticed something strange. A signal appeared on their deep space scanners. At first, they thought it was noise, random cosmic dust, a star pulse, a system error. They tried to erase it, but the signal came again. Louder this time, messy and uneven, full of sharp spikes and soft waves. The aliens gathered around the screen. This kind of signal did not follow any known pattern. It was not natural, but it was also not clean like advanced alien technology. The signal came from a yellow star system, third planet from the Sun, Earth. Confusion spread through the room. Earth was marked as low priority. A world of simple life, no space travel, no unity, no reason to speak to the stars. And yet, Earth was shouting. The aliens opened the signal. Sounds filled the room, strange sounds, music mixed with talking, laughter followed by anger, peaceful tones suddenly turning violent. One scientist stepped back. This species broadcasts emotions. Another replied, that is inefficient. They looked deeper. The signal was not one message. It was millions, sent over decades, radio waves, TV signals, old space probes, all leaking into space without control. Earth was not sending a greeting. Earth was simply living. The aliens began to study the planet's data. They saw humans walking on two legs, small and fragile, no claws, no armor, no natural weapons. By galactic standards, humans should not survive. Then the images changed. Wars filled the screen. Cities burning, weapons exploding, humans fighting humans. The aliens expected extinction. But humans did not vanish. They rebuilt. They argued. They improved their weapons and their medicine at the same time. The scientists felt something new. Unease. Earth showed disasters, plagues, earthquakes, storms, ice and fire. Humans survived all of it. Not calmly, not perfectly, but stubbornly. One alien officer paused the feed. This planet should be quiet. This species should be afraid. But the data said otherwise. Humans sent machines into space. Weak machines, slow machines, but brave ones. Tiny probes carrying simple messages. We are here. This is who we are. The galaxy had seen many species rise and fall. Most waited until they were strong before speaking. Humans spoke while still bleeding. The signal kept coming. Every year louder. Every year more complex. As if Earth did not care who was listening. The alien station went silent. No one spoke. For the first time in galactic history, a young world had broken the rules. One senior observer finally said the words that chilled the room. This species should not exist like this. The signal from Earth continued to spread into the dark. Unaware, unapologetic, alive, and somewhere in the galaxy. The silence was already beginning to crack. When the galaxy looked closer, after the signal was confirmed, the alien station changed its status. Earth was no longer low priority. Across the galaxy, ancient networks awakened. Data archives opened. Observers from many species turned their attention to one small blue planet. The first command was simple. Study them. The aliens did not rush. They never rushed. They believed time always revealed weakness. They began with human history. Primitive tools. Fire, stone weapons. The analysts expected humans to disappear early. Most species did, but humans did not. They saw humans face cold nights with no fur. They built shelter. They learned to share heat. They learned to plan. When predators hunted them, humans hunted back, not with strength, but with numbers and patience. The observers took notes. This species adapts quickly. The timeline moved forward. Cities rose. Empires formed. Empires collapsed. Humans fought wars again and again. Each war should have ended them. Each war only changed them. The aliens noticed something strange. Humans learned faster during pain. Loss made them smarter. Fear made them creative. Plagues arrived. Millions died. But survivors built medicine. They wrote books. They remembered mistakes. Most species erased painful history. Humans recorded it. One observer stopped the feed. Why do they keep their failures? No one answered. The data continued. Humans split atoms, created energy, created weapons powerful enough to destroy their own world. The alien council waited for the end. Surely now, surely this was extinction. But humans stepped back from the edge. Not all of them, not perfectly, but enough. They argued, they feared themselves. They signed rules, then broke them, then fixed them again. The observers felt something uncomfortable. Respect mixed with concern. Humans reached space, not as one people, but as many nations racing each other. Their first steps beyond Earth were clumsy. Machines failed. Lives were lost. Yet the launches continued. Failure did not stop them. An alien scientist slowed the footage. These beings do not wait for safety. They move forward while learning. That was dangerous. As the study went deeper, patterns appeared. Humans did not evolve around balance. They evolved around pressure. The more the universe pushed them, the harder they pushed back. This broke galactic logic. Most intelligent species avoided risk. They waited for calm systems, stable stars, predictable futures. Humans were born on chaos and called it home. The council chamber filled with silence, the human response no one expected. The galaxy had made its decision. Earth would be watched, but not contacted. Silence was the safest choice. At least, that was the plan. Then something changed. On Earth, human scientists noticed patterns in deep space. Small movements, tiny distortions, signals that did not belong to stars. They did not panic. They argued. They tested theories. They checked the data again and again. Soon, one truth became clear. Someone was watching. News spread across Earth. Some laughed. Some prayed. Some feared invasion. Governments met in secret rooms. Voices rose. Plans conflicted. But humanity did not hide. Instead of weapons, they prepared questions. A group of scientists and engineers created a response. Not a threat, not a warning, just a message. Simple, clear, human. The transmission was weak by galactic standards, but it carried meaning. It showed Earth from space, a small blue world, fragile and bright. Then it showed humans different faces, different voices, different languages. The message said, "We know someone is there. We do not know who you are, but we want to understand." There was no demand, no challenge, no sign of fear. When the signal reached the alien observers, confusion spread. They expected silence, or panic, or aggression. They did not expect curiosity. The alien translators worked quickly. The meaning was clear. Humans were aware, and still calm. One observer leaned closer to the screen. "They are not hiding." Another replied, "They are inviting." The council reviewed the message again and again. There was no deception detected. No hidden attack pattern, only questions. This was new. Most species stayed quiet when they felt watched. They waited until they were stronger, until they had defenses. Humans spoke while exposed. The council debated for many cycles. Some called humans reckless. Others called them brave. One ancient member spoke slowly. "They are not fearless. They are curious despite fear." That was worse. Fear could be predicted. Curiosity could not. As Earth continued to transmit, sharing art, music, science, the galaxy listened in uneasy silence. Humans were not trying to impress. They were trying to connect. And for the first time since the signal appeared, the observers felt something they did not like. These beings were not waiting for permission. They were already stepping forward, and the galaxy was no longer ready for what came next. Why silence fell across the galaxy? The council could no longer delay the truth. Humanity was not a mystery anymore. It was a warning. The observers compared humans with every known intelligent species. The results were disturbing. Humans did not fit the patterns. They did not slow down when afraid. They did not stop when hurt. They changed. Where other species avoided pain, humans studied it, measured it, learned from it. The galaxy had always believed survival came from balance. Humans survived through imbalance. When faced with limits, humans pushed against them. When walls appeared, humans climbed, dug, or broke them. The council watched simulations, contact scenarios, trade scenarios, conflict scenarios. Every outcome ended the same way. If helped, humans would grow faster. If attacked, humans would unite. If ignored, humans would advance alone. None of these paths were safe. One ancient record was opened. A forgotten species had once behaved like humans, curious, emotional, uncontrolled. That species burned half a sector before vanishing. The council understood the difference. Humans were not burning out. They were stabilizing. That made them worse. Humans could turn emotion into discipline, chaos into structure, fear into planning. The observers saw humans train for disasters that had not happened yet, prepare weapons they hoped to never use, build shelters they prayed they would not need. That level of preparation terrified the galaxy. The final vote was taken, quickly, quietly. Earth would be listed as a silent zone. No messages, no probes, no warnings. All records would be sealed, human data restricted. One command echoed through every network. Do not contact Earth. Another followed, darker and final. Do not provoke them. The galaxy chose survival. As the order spread, stations went dark. Observers looked away. Earth's signals continued. Music, questions, hope. But the galaxy answered with nothing. Silence fell, not because humans were weak, but because they were becoming strong. And the universe decided it was safer not to wake them. The species the galaxy chose to avoid. The silence held, across stars and systems, across ancient empires and young worlds. Earth was spoken of only in restricted chambers, in quiet warnings, in unfinished sentences. To most of the galaxy, humanity became a shadow. Observers removed Earth from public star maps. Trade routes shifted away. Exploration fleets changed direction, not out of hatred, but caution. Humans, unaware of this fear, continued forward. On Earth, life moved on. Children were born. Cities grew. Dreams changed. Humans built faster machines, smarter systems, stronger ships. They explored their solar system, touched the moon again, reached for Mars. Each step was small, but unstoppable. Alien watchers noticed a pattern. Humans did not rush blindly. They tested. They failed. They improved. Failure did not slow them. It shaped them. Legends formed beyond Earth. Stories whispered between stars. About a species that laughed during disaster, that created art during war, that searched the dark instead of fearing it. They called humans the loud ones, because even in silence, their presence could be felt. Some younger civilizations asked the council, why do we not speak to them? The answer was always the same, because they are still growing, and growth made humans dangerous. One day, long in the future, human ships would leave their system, not as explorers asking permission, but as travelers searching for answers. The galaxy knew this future was coming. It could not be stopped, only delayed. So the silence remained, not as a wall, but as a warning. Because when humans finally reached the stars, they would not come quietly. They would come curious, determined, unbroken. And the galaxy would remember the day it chose silence, as the moment it admitted one truth. Humans were not meant to be avoided forever, only survived when humanity finally spoke back. Silence does not stop humans, it challenges them. For years, Earth heard nothing, no reply, no signal, no sign of life beyond the stars. Many humans believed they were alone. Others believed someone was hiding. Both ideas pushed them forward. Technology grew quietly, not for war, not for fear, but for reach. Human ships became faster, stronger, smarter. They learned how to live in space, how to survive long journeys, how to trust machines with human lives. Each failure was recorded, each loss remembered, each success shared. This was how humans prepared. Far away, alien observers watched with growing tension. Earth was no longer a fragile world. It was becoming a launch point. Human vessels moved beyond their system. Slow at first, then faster. They did not announce themselves. They did not threaten. They explored. One day, a human deep space ship detected something impossible. An artificial structure. Old, silent. Human scientists studied it carefully. They did not destroy it. They did not hide it. They approached with caution and curiosity. The moment humans confirmed alien technology was real, everything changed. Humanity did not panic. They did not attack. They spoke. A new message was sent into space, stronger than before, clearer than before. It carried one simple idea. We are ready to listen. Across the galaxy, systems reacted. Ancient alarms awakened. Silent stations powered on. The council received the message and felt something they had feared for centuries. Humans had arrived. They were no longer shouting by accident. They were speaking on purpose. The silence that once protected the galaxy now felt weak, useless, because humans had crossed the line on their own. One final record was added to the restricted archives. Silence failed. The galaxy understood, too late. Humans were never asking for permission. They were announcing their presence. And this time, the universe had to answer.